It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight, it'll be Philadelphia going up against Orlando. Checking out the Magic. They've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. And tonight we'll be watching Nick Vucevic do his thing. Vuce, one of the better big men in the league at putting the ball on the floor and attacking the rim. Just how beneficial is that for a big man to have in their skill set, big man?
Well, first of all, anybody with a Vic in their last name is a heck of a player.
Why is that?
Stojakovic, Petrovic, and my favorite, O'Nealovic.
What about
anyway? Oh, don't forget Maravich. Good job, Kenny. But this coach, he lets Vucevic play out on the high post more often. And he has a very quick first step. I love Vucevic.
Well, he creates a lot of mismatches because of the mid-range game that he has. For a big guy to get in that mid-range area, attacks the rim, he is tough to guard.
And that'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. That was awesome. Thanks for joining us.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Enavia, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Last outing for Orlando, the loss to Toronto. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Yeah, the woodshed is what we call that. They annihilated them, simply had no answers for how to slow them down.
And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. David, what do you have to say?
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent and come at you in multiple ways, depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. So he told all, guys.
Thanks, David. Clark, assess the center position right now in the NBA. I'm talking about elite centers and their place in the game.
Well, the center position has changed, Kevin. You don't have a lot of back-to-the-basket centers anymore. More of the big guys are stepping out and are more like stretch fours than traditional big guys. What you have in the center position now typically are rebounders and rim protectors. Not many dominant scorers on the low block.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got that as one. Bodyguard is out there with prime time. And there's Embiid, and it's Simmons in at the one.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
Vucevic against Embiid, and they pick up two.
Impeccable form of Vucevic. I mean, when he's shooting from the mid-range, that's a shot that he's going to make more times than not.
Here's the bodyguard. Here's prime time. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Primetime's got his first basket of the night. And Augustin kicks to Ross. Pass to Fournier. Now the feed to Vucevic. Shoots over Embiid. And Vucevic with the basket on the Vucevic has got his second basket of the game. Simmons against Augustine. And it's Simmons penetrating. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
Gordon up on top. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Just 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Embiid.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific in anticipating when that shot is coming.
I think it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least one championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Picked by Vucevic. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. And he uses the glass on the way. Vucevic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Boy, his mobility is really surprising for a 7-footer when you look at Vucevic. He really takes it strong to the basket when he gets a lane.
Here's prime time. 11 points for him in that last game against Memphis.
Kudos to him for his energy, especially on the glass where he was an absolute beast.
He gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That one on Vucevic.
And you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarity.
That free throw, no good. And Simmons at 6'10", a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and elite playmaking ability.
No question, Kevin. He's a drive and kick, dime dropper supreme. I mean, this guy whips bullet passes with ease and great vision and plays downhill, too.
And he's good on the second. And Ben Simmons said he didn't take a lot of outside shots in college because he didn't need to. He can get to the rim pretty much at will.
Well, he'll find that will not be the case at this level. His shots inside will be challenged a lot more. His perimeter shot has been the question mark, and that's where I think he's got to improve.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. If you're a pro, you need to make that.
The shot's good from Fournier.
When the defense gets a hand in the face of Fournier, he's quite adept at still getting his shot off open.
Here's Baddest one. The 19-footer is on the money. Baddest one's got 5 now.
An almost perfect start to this game. 4 for 5. They're rolling.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Rebound by the 76ers. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Now here's Ross after the miss from Joel Embiid. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. first quarter with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Fournier pass to Vucevic. Another miss by Vucevic.
And sometimes, you don't capitalize off a good shot or a good look. Still, you got to keep letting those good looks fly.
And that one's good. Simmons.
Hey, really, you don't have many more options when Simmons is that close to the cup. I mean, this guy is just too smart.
Dishes it to Ross. Back to Fournier. Augustine against Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. Augustine, that's good. Augustine's got his first points of the game.
And I like how crafty Augustine gets in the pick and roll, Kevin. Outstanding at reading what's available and taking advantage of the defense's mistakes.
The pass to Bannister. Feeds it to Embiid. This one for 3. Ross grabs the board. Orlando trailing here. The dish to Augustine. And Fournier takes to Vucevic. She's over Embiid. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 8 points.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm. High percentage quality shots and really getting whatever he wants.
Embiid with a screen on Ross. Here's Baddest one. Off target from 3-point range. The Magic have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Takes it to Augustine. Pass to Gordon. Uncovered. And again, it's Orlando converted.
Boy, I like seeing Gordon work on that jump shot of his. He's going to need to knock it down consistently at his position to be one of the best in the league.
Now here's Simmons. 5 points in the game. Hins the shot with nobody near him. Simmons got his 3rd basket of the night. The Magic have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Gordon a screen. And Fournier kicks to Gordon. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Baddest one. That is his first foul of the game. Isaac's checked in for Ross. The Machine's checked in for the 76ers. Isaac. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Gordon a screen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Augustine. An easy layup after coming off the tip. Augustine's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Tricky and crafty inside. Augustine has a unique ability to get tough shots over the defense.
Passes it to the Machine. Augustine against Simmons. Over Augustine. And then Simmons again. 9 points in the game so far.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Pass to Isaac for 3. No good on that one. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep field. Pass to Bannister. Simmons with it. He had 16 points in the win against Memphis.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assist just kept on coming.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And this is a good time to bring you a rundown of the hottest 3-point bombers in the shooting guard position over the course of the last 10 games. Take a look at Reddick, 2nd in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc. And of course, Baddest one. He's another top 10 guy in 3-point shooting percentage.
You don't have to be a great shooter to play 2 guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, these guys don't know the meaning of cold streaks. They're either hot, red hot, or sizzling. Those are the kind of shooters they are from downtown.
And stolen by Space. Here's Isaac, defended by Covington. Isaac misses.
Great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Rambo, he's checked in for Orlando. For Philadelphia, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Let's go. Another miss by Philadelphia. Orlando leading. Now here is Augustine. sets the screen. The feed to Simmons. And here's Augustine. Three-pointer. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. Now McConnell. Bryant so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Mark, you played with so many players throughout your terrific career. What was the one trait that you found made a player easy to play with on the floor?
Well, I think it starts with skill and ability, and everybody has that in the NBA. But attitude and demeanor, unselfishness is kind of where I'm headed there. Desire to do what's needed and to recognize strengths and weaknesses. And then the other piece was his personality, a real joy in playing the game. And those things, to me, always lent themselves to being a good teammate.
The first one falls.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the strike, too.
Both free throws good for Redick.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Now here is Augustine. He's covered by McConnell. A three from Simmons, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fellow there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Redick with it, now guarded by Simmons, and the shot goes in. The Machine's got his first 2 points of the night.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game that fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
Here's Covington. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. This is to Augustine. He feeds it to States. Got a hand on it. Sharge outside. Shoots over Biombo. Sharge, that's good. And the 76ers lead by 1. Orlando's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Augustine dishes to States. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't see him up on the perimeter.
McConnell passes to Sharge. Here's the Machine. Takes the three. Hits the three-point bomb. The Machine's got 5 now.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now, here's Biombo. Here's the screen. Augustine, that's good. He's got 6. Augustine's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. McConnell kicks to Covington. Goes up on the wing. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Man, I like the touch on the mid-range shot by Robert Covington. I mean, he's really good at measuring these shots. And they're a lot harder than they look, folks, that mid-range jump shot.
Augustine dishes to Simmons. Pass to Isaac. Out to the right wing. Orlando moving the ball. And it's Jonathan Simmons with the 3. Simmons got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Magic. McConnell kicks to Redick. McConnell with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Simmons passes to Augustine. To the left wing. It's tipped. Right at the free throw line. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's a 4-point Magic lead.
And that quick trigger of Augustine, not giving the defense any chance to block the shot off the pass.
McConnell kicks to Covington. Back to McConnell. From outside the arc. They get the rebound. charge. Passes to the machine. Good work there as it goes. The machine's got his third bucket of the night. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Outside, Reddick takes a three. Rebounded by Isaac. Three-pointer. That hit that one. McConnell. That shot off the mark. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Magic?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
And Orlando has possession.
Really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the board.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
Isaac out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Maurice States. Then it's Simmons. And it's Augustine in at the point guard. That's the group start the second quarter for the Magic. And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. When you look back at it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point.
Here's Isaac. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
You know, Isaac is a high percentage shooter, takes good shots and makes a good percentage of them, and he's very skilled at getting position to throw it down on you.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustment.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 8. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And he's good on the three ball. And it's a 7-point Orlando lead.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
McConnell kicks to Covington. Lets it go with the 3. The 76ers with another miss.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him, and this came up short on the triple.
That's the 3 fly. That shot is off. Now the 76ers take it the other way.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Fires the 3. And it's Space with the rebound. Orlando leading by 7. Simmons dishes to Augustine. Pass to Isaac. Outside, Simmons. Tipped away. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. McConnell gets it to go from beyond the arc. McConnell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State and a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Spates. Aaron Gordon comes in for Beyonder. Terrence Ross is checked in for Isaac. And Fournier subbed in for Augustine. Then for the 76ers, Johnson, he's checked in for the Machine. The bodyguard comes in for Robert Covington. And Baddest One subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Here's the bodyguard. 11 points last game. Here's Baddest One. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Vucevic setting the pick for Simmons. He dishes it to Vucevic. 17-foot shot on the way. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Baddest One passes to Llewellyn. Johnson the screen. Freed up. Nice work off the pick. Luwalu's got his first points of the night.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more off the screen in that situation.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely giving the defender something extra to think about.
There's the pass to the bodyguard. And here's Fournier. He's coming off the 19-point game against Toronto. It's good.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Here's Baddest One. The Magic hitting the bucket. Holmes has a screen. Baddest One passes it to Holmes. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That was a nice call. I would agree with that.
Yeah, he's on the money. It's no doubt.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Here's the bodyguard. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
That is not what they want. A contested jump shot, defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
Now here's Ross. 6-point game. Here's the bodyguard. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Here's Fournier. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. He kicks to Ross. In the corner, it's Gordon. Offensive rebound. Philadelphia trails by 4. Here's Luwalu. Another 3 for Philadelphia. Now Fournier. Ross on the lane. Outside, Simmons. Gordon a screen. Fournier for 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Fournier's got 5 points down the court.
That's really a rock-solid screen from Gordon. I mean, he has no problem setting the hard pick.
Holmes does a screen. Here's the bodyguard. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 6, and Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Ben Simmons comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Philadelphia's gotten a three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc, 6 of 15. Here's Baddest one, started by Fournier.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try to lead. And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more, we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic, who fits that description.
Again, the Magic score.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Here's the bodyguard. He has 5. Here's Simmons. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 11. Here's the bodyguard. The second chance effort. And off the glass. That one's good. The bodyguard's got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's the pick. It's Fournier on the wing. He's got 9. Jacks up a 3, and that's good. Jonathan Simmons for 3. Simmons got 9 points.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Here's the bodyguard. 7 points in the game. Here's Embiid. Again, Philadelphia.
Excellent awareness from Embiid. Sensing an opportunity to shoot and taking advantage of it.
Simmons with it. Fournier for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. The bodyguard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Orlando. Philadelphia shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Mark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
Three-pointer Augustine.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
Outside Redick. Shoots over Fournier, and Redick the bucket on the assist by Simmons. And the 76ers lead by 1. Magic shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Over to the wing. Now, here's Biombo. Not a lot of room. Knocks down the 3 ball. Isaac's got 11.
And Isaac takes no time getting his shot off. He's got a lethal
Simmons. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
States checked in for Aaron Gordon.
The athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable the talent this man has and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
Now, here's Fournier. He's got 9. Fires the 3. They get it again. Here's Isaac. And it falls over the rim and in. Isaac's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
To Simmons. Over Augustine. Another miss by Philadelphia. Orlando leading. A minute 20 left in the first half. Feeds it to space. Launches it. Isaac misses.
And, Kevin, that's what they want. An uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly. Yes, sir. Come on. Break. Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently, the vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now here is Augustine. 8 points for him. 52 seconds left in the first half. Fournier gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. Here's Philadelphia. The dish to Embiid. Redick is in the corner. Now here's Embiid. Covered by Biyombo. Puts up a 3. Embiid, no good. Orlando trailing here. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game clock. Augustine against Simmons. Here's the screen. And Spades has it in the corner. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got 6 assists in the game. Here's Sharch. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. Our coaches really drew up something good for us. They wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we'll execute very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
That's it for now as the second half just about ready to go.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they want, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
The Magic shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Simmons is out there with baddest one. Then it's the bodyguard, and it's prime time, and it's Embiid in at the center position. Philadelphia shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Foul ball that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. For Philadelphia, they have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. One falls for. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Now here is Augustine. Kicks it to Fournier. Passes it to Gordon. Hit by Vucevic. Gordon dishes to Fournier. Vucevic a screen on Embiid. Fournier loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Fournier's got 11 points. And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their game. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
Here is Augustine after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Ross kicks to Fournier. Just 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
And you know, when Vucevic gets in the zone and is rolling like this, you just have to make sure he gets his touches. Give him the ball.
The bodyguard passes to Embiid. Vucevic with the ball, and it's out of bounds. A save was last touched by Vucevic. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's prime time, defended by Gordon. Here's baddest one. Puts up a 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Prime time's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's going to nail it.
Now here's Ross. 5 points in the game. As to Vucevic. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The bodyguard passes to prime time. There's the feed to Embiid. Here's prime time. Vucevic defending. 13 feet away. And Joel Embiid again. Embiid's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Gordon a screen. Fournier against Embiid. Fournier dishes to Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Ross for 3. Offensive rebound. And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. 3-pointer Augustine. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 tied for 7. Right side Simmons. There's the pick. The pass to Primetime. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Primetime's got 12 in the game. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. It's tipped. He's looking for Gordon and finds him on the wing. Gordon. And it's Orlando with another.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
Checked in, and Philadelphia will go for a different look here. The Machines checked in for Embiid. Robert Covington comes in for the bodyguard. Luwawu is checked in for baddest one, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons. Here's Primetime. He's got 12. McConnell good on the three-point shot. 6 points for him.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Pick by Vucevic. Off the pick. And good as it flies through the hoop. Augustine's got it all tied up now for the match.
And I think this is an area where Augustine is definitely a high percentage mid-range shooter.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 13. They set the pick. Pick by Vucevic. Outside for Simmons. Pass on the wing. Defended by Covington. He's going to be out of bounds for Magic or retain possession. With this break, we have a chance to break down where the assist has been coming from tonight between the front and backcourt for the Magic.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Here's Gordon. Off the inbound, no good. Philadelphia's gotten the three ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Luwalu's shot is off.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out. Oh!
Hey. Ooh, wow. Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin, there. I mean, I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boy.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Here's Primetime. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contest right there. And while we have a change here, the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season.
And sometimes a team will get one guy who can block. Other times a guy finds ways to get others involved in blocking. It can be contagious. If he can do it, why not me? Then all of a sudden you look up and you're leading the league in block.
making some changes. Spates checked in for Aaron Gordon, and Isaac subbed in for Terrence Ross. Good as he hits both of his shots.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And here's Vucevic. 16 points for him. Baseline jumper. No good from Spates. Here's the machine.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
Wow. And that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Augustine Noah. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Dishes it to Spates. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Spates has got 8.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
McConnell kicks to Covington. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Magic trail by 8. Pass to Spates. Poked away. He's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, see how the East is stacking up. You look at Philadelphia. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And checking out Orlando. They're 5 spots away.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
Pulls up, high post. That's good on the jump shot. McConnell's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Here's the machine.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy. He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Sharich has checked in for Philadelphia. Reddick comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Philadelphia leading by 4. McConnell passes to Covington. Off the screen. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
Pass to Isaac from outside the arc. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Saric just screen on Augustine. McConnell takes to Saric. The 76ers again can't hit. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And Fournier's checked in for the Magic. Philadelphia has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Good.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Pass to Isaac with a tie. In-change shot. And that one is off. Big D that time from Reddick. Feeds to Covington. Saric against Spates. Lets it go from 14. Bank shot, no good. The Magic trail by 3.
You know, Bismack Biyombo is a defensive-minded center. Amazing the story that got him to the NBA. I mean, grew up in the Congo, a lot of trials and tribulations along the way, but perseverance prevailed, and Biyombo is now an NBA player.
Just 2 to shoot. On deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. The Machine's got his 6th rebound on the night to the paint. And there's Saric on the assist by McConnell.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pass to Isaac. Back to Fournier. Knocked away. Covington with the steal. And here we go. Saric for a chance.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for the Machine. First in three-point field goal percentage. Second in field goal percentage. And he's among the most consistent free throw shooters in the league. Presently ranked 3rd by percentage.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
To the middle. It's tipped. Now Covington. He's got 7. The 76ers with another miss. The Magic trail by 7. Outside, Simmons. Here's Spates. That's a 6th field goal today. That makes him now 6 for 11. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Out left to the wing. Here's the Machine, and he jams it with authority.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Here's Simmons. He's got 9. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Isaac. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Isaac's got 8 points in the quarter. And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. 76ers lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's hope.
Our offense will come and go. Our defense has got to be the constant. We keep getting stops. When we score a basketball, this will be our game.
Frank Vogel driving home the idea that defense, not offense, defense is the key to taking control of the game.
Yes, the effort you put into your defense is something within your control. That's why he wants them to focus on that.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So on the floor for Orlando. Down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biombo. Terrence Ross is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the three. And B, the screen. Ready. Again, Philadelphia.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc. Hit that.
The dish to Ross. Gordon with the screen for Ross. Outside Gordon. Pass to Isaac. Fournier for three. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Quick release of Fournier. Man, he's so good at getting his shot off as soon as the pass reaches his hand.
The 76ers leading by 4. It's Redick on the wing. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Embiid. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He feeds it to Ross. Fournier in the corner. Gordon a screen. Fournier against Redick. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And you know, when it comes to carving up the defense, Fournier, very clever, especially in the pick and roll, where they don't have any idea what to do with it.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring for the 76ers.
You know, I thought maybe they cool off a bit at halftime, but they continue to bury the jump shot.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
The Magic making a switch here. Augustine's checked in. And that one falls for Fournier.
And Fournier is highly skilled, a crafty European talent who's really fearless when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Another 3 for Philadelphia.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Gordon with a screen on Simmons. Ross with it. He dishes it to Gordon. Shoots over home. It's good from Gordon on the assist from Ross. Gordon's got 9 points here in the second half. The bodyguard passes to Simmons. There's a good screen. Augustine grabs the board. Augustine's got his 3rd rebound tonight. He kicks it to Biombo. The 3, Ross. Hits the 3-point foul. And the Magic lead by 1.
The assist totals haven't just continued to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Outside, Simmons. Over Augustine. Simmons missing again. And it's Orlando's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Ross, that's good.
And so far, this has got that feel of a game that could be back and forth all the way.
Yeah, not a lot of separation in this one, Greg. Both teams looking for that one big run to grab momentum.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in situation. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient. And he is playing to his strengths.
Embiid wide open. Here's Baddest one, defended by Gordon. Here's Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Now, here's Fournier. Back to Augustine. On pass to Gordon. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
You know, that pass wasn't deflected or anything, Kevin. Don't see that often. An unfortunate, unforced turnover.
The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. And the 76ers also making a change. Primetime's checked in for Rashad Holmes. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for them in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's characteristic.
Vucevic dishes to Fournier. Stolen away. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's the bodyguard. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too.
They're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Trail by 7. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Passes it to Ross. Gordon with the screen for Ross. No good again that time.
They're really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Augustine against Simmons. And here's Augustine. Ross passes to Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Off target from outside.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of ball.
Flashability of Simmons. Really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive, cutting mentality.
Here are the Magic now. They trail by 9 points.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Fournier kicks to Ross. Gordon a screen. Ross dishes to Augustine. Gordon with a screen on Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Augustine. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the content.
You know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
Gentlemen, group shots. Group shots.
Well, free throw drops for Augustine. Both free throws, good from Augustine. Now the 76ers with it. It's a 12-2 run here, good pace. That's the baddest. From deep, number 12 goes in. He's made 7 out of 12 now.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. You have to like what we're seeing from Baddest One.
He is on a major roll today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
Chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Baddest One.
And the decision-making tonight has just been outstanding. If the shot hasn't been there for him, he's just kept the ball moving. And that patience is how he's gotten his field goal percentage to almost 60 here tonight.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. David Aldridge is reporting from the sideline.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Augustine, no luck.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
The Magic trail by 13. A pass to Gordon.
And he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Now Simmons, Embiid the screen. Goes up off the pick, and that one is stuffed right through.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Fournier sets the pick for Augustine. Ross, the three. It's hauled in by the 76ers. The bodyguard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Offensive rebound, and there's the pass to Baddest One. Here's the bodyguard. Here's Embiid. Shoots over Vucevic, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
Fournier with the ball. Gordon a screen. Now here's Ross. Defense is right there. Vucevic to the pass to Ross. From 17 feet out. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Ross has got 7 points here in this quarter. Outside, Simmons. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Simmons absolutely in his comfort zone near the rim. I mean, uses his body extremely well and typically gets exactly the kind of shot he wants.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Kick by Vucevic. Now, here's Fournier. He's tightly guarded. He can't hit that shot.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And guys, the big fellas don't always capture the fans' imagination. But Clark, having that charisma makes a difference, and Joel Embiid has plenty of that.
Yes, he does. Charming and funny. I mean, from his love of Shirley Temples to his aspiration of learning to be a point guard, you never know quite what's going to come out of Joel's mouth. And he's enjoying social media, too. You got to be careful there, though.
You're right. Well, free throw drops for Embiid.
And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel, the centerpiece to their defense.
And Embiid drops them both. And with Embiid's presence now, Clark, opponents shoot a very low percentage around the rim.
Well, the best defensive impact in the league by the numbers, Kevin, and his 7'5" wingspan, a big part of that.
Ross on the wing. Vucevic setting the pick for Ross. Step back shot. It's deflected. Prime time, the pass to the bodyguard. From beyond the arc and then some. The bodyguard's got 6 points in the quarter. The Magic trail by 20. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And Clark, we've heard the term empty stats for players that put up big numbers but didn't impact the game to the same level of those numbers. What do you think about empty stats?
I'm mixed on empty stats. Clearly some stats impact winning more than others, but in this day of analytics, some of the stats that apparently document impacting winning may be overdone as well. Statistics are statistics. They're part of the game, and you evaluate them in the context of a number of variables. So they're here to stay. Empty is probably too strong because they're part of the game.
Augustine kicks it to Ross. There's the feed to Vucevic. Over Embiid. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets up ball and will shoot two. That one on Embiid.
Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
Two shots.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
Simmons passes to the body. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Outside for Simmons. That one doesn't go. And Orlando will come the other way. And here's Augustine.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Down low. Got a piece of it. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 9 points in the quarter.
Nice seeing Gordon get it done over some pretty tight, stingy defense there, showing just how confident he is in the post.
The bodyguard passes to Primetime. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for two. Primetime's got 21.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
And that's what you want to do. I mean, you can't let the opposition off the hook here. I mean, you've got to keep adding to that lead.
The shot's good from Fournier.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
Well, in a dominant year where we've watched this team battle night in and night out all season long, this will bring their win total to an impressive 69.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
Greg, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, why change anything? Knowing how well they played in those 2 games, they probably couldn't wait for this one to wrap up the sweep of the season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Baddest One.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
And he knocks down the first one. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Primetime. Robert Covington's checked in for Simmons. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Baddest One. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 56 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now Mack. Spates sets a screen. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Biombo. Redick with the rebound.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Now, here's Holmes. Covered by Biombo from 15 feet away. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Here's Isaac. Dishes it to Spates. Just 5 on the clock. Feeds it to Mack. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long.